Okay, today we're jumping right into quite an interesting piece from the Gunpla world. Think about a mobile suit, one that's powerful but deliberately stripped of its most experimental tech. That's the story behind the HG 144th Pale Rider DII Titans kit.
Yeah, exactly. And our mission today is basically to give you the full picture on this kit. It's an exclusive, and the mobile suit itself has some compelling lore. We want to make sure you understand where it fits, both in Gunpla history and the bigger Gundam universe.
Right, so you mentioned exclusive. This isn't something you just find anywhere, is it? It's Premium Bandai from the Anaheim Laboratory Log novel. What does that P-Bandai tag really mean for people trying to get it?
Well, it definitely means it's a bit harder to come by, usually a limited run,
Yeah.
which adds to the appeal for collectors. Looking at the dates, the original Japan release was back in August 2021. And for folks in the US, keep an eye out. There's a reissue set for shipment in November 2025.
Okay, good to know about that reissue. What about the cost?
So the price points are distinct. The P-Bandai Japan version was $2,420, tax included. The upcoming P-Bandai USA one is listed at US $32. So different values there.
Gotcha. And it's a high-grade kit, right?
Yep, high grade. It's a 144th scale kit. It stands about 12.5 centimeters tall. It's roughly 4.9 inches, pretty standard HG size, which reflects the mobile suit's actual height pretty well, 18.0 meters, or 59.1 feet.
And materials, what's it made of? Easy to build?
It uses polystyrene, polyethylene, and some PET for certain parts. Pretty standard stuff for Gunpla. And yeah, thankfully it's the usual Bandai snap fit system. No glue needed, which is always nice. Makes it quite accessible.
Oh, definitely. Always appreciate snap fit. Now, visually, how well does it capture the look? I know the Pale Rider design has some unique elements, like that head, the leg armor, the backpack.
Oh, they absolutely nail it. The details are sharp, and importantly, the color separation is really good. You get that characteristic Titans look, the dark blue and black. It's mostly done with molded plastic colors. So minimal painting needed, if any, to get it looking right. It's a big plus.
That is a big plus. So what exactly comes in the box besides the mobile suit parts?
It's a pretty packed kit, actually. You get the parts for the Pale Rider DII itself, obviously. Then there's the Shikina, the composite special weapon. Also a beam javelin, a beam rifle, 2 beam sabers, standard melee options there, and a shield, plus sheet of sticker decals for the finishing touches.
Nice. Sounds comprehensive. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Talk about the mobile suit itself. The RX-80PR4 Pale Rider DII. Where does this fit in the timeline, and who used it?
All right, so the lore. This is a prototype mobile suit developed specifically for the Titans. The elite, sometimes kind of ruthless Earth Federation Force unit. It saw deployment in Universal Century 00088. That's a bit later than the main conflicts people might think of, showing that sort of refinement period. It's a direct evolution from the RX-80PR2 Pale Rider DII and part of the Federation's wider Pale Rider project.
Okay, the Pale Rider project. That rings a bell. Weren't those suits mainly about testing that Hades system, the hyper-animosity detect estimate system? But this one...
It's different, right?
Exactly. That's the key distinction here. Unlike the original project suits, which were basically test beds for Hades, the Pale Rider DII was designed without it.
Huh. So why leave out what sounds like a pretty advanced, if dangerous, system? That's the interesting part. It seems the focus shifted. Instead of experimental tech like Hades, they focus purely on conventional performance boosts. Things like a linear seat for better control, an improved sensor suite. It suggests a move towards, let's say, perfected, reliable combat ability over maybe unpredictable innovation.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's definitely a Titan suit. Head height, like we said, 18.0 meters or 59.1 feet.
Okay, makes sense. Sort of refining the knowns instead of pushing the unknowns. What about its weaponry? You mentioned the Shikina.
Ah, yes, the Shikina. It's a really interesting piece of gear. It's a composite weapon. It packs a giant machine gun, a mega beam launcher, and micro missiles all into one unit.
Whoa, so it can handle different situations. Sounds very versatile for mid-range fighting.
Absolutely. It gives the pilot a lot of tactical flexibility without needing to swap weapons constantly. And then for defense, it carries the NFHI RGM-S AJGGD shield.
That sounds official. What kind of shield is it?
It's a big one. A tower-type shield. We're talking large dimensions are 40 to 32 millimeters wide and 200 and 240 millimeters long. So over 12 meters. It has an anti-beam coating, which is crucial, but also spikes for, close quarters arguments. Doubles as a weapon.
12 meters long. That's massive. And it has a history too, doesn't it? Not just made for this suit.
That's right. It actually dates back to the late stages of the One-Year War. Originally made from a titanium ceramic composite, back then it was apparently pretty expensive to make. But, technology marches on. It eventually became more common and was widely used, especially with the GM Command series. So much so that it picked up the nickname Command Shield.
Huh. So a piece of late One-Year War tech finding its way onto a much later Titans prototype. That's pretty cool. It really shows how tech evolves and gets standardized in that universe.
Exactly. High-end stuff eventually trickles down.
So, bringing this all together, what does this deep dive really tell us? What's the takeaway for you listening?
Well, I think it helps us appreciate not just the cool factor of a collector's item like this P-Bandai kit, but also the really detailed story behind the mobile suit itself. And hey, if you found this interesting and want more like it, definitely hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our future dives.
Yeah, and maybe it leaves you with something to think about. The Pale Rider DII moves away from experimental systems like Hades towards more refined, conventional tech. It kind of raises a question, doesn't it? In a world that's always chasing the next big thing, what really counts as progress? Is it the radical, untested stuff, or is it making what you already have work perfectly?
That's a great thought to end on. Just one last quick thing for you. This audio is generated using AI, specifically Gemini. So if you happen to catch any factual slip-ups or just have feedback, please do let us know down in the comments. We'll do our best to look into it and keep things accurate.